Hi, this is week 2 of my move to the continuing care retirement community. If you saw me last week, you'll know that I seemed to think everything was just perfect. And maybe it is, or maybe the honeymoon is beginning to end a little bit. Stay tuned to find out about week 2. Hi, I'm Sandy from Sandy Over 70. I hope you'll consider subscribing and clicking the little bell to get notified when I post new videos. Did you notice that my hair looks a little different? Well, I'll tell you all about it at the end. Week 2 has been full of chaos and confusion. I've had to use all the organizing skills I developed way back when I was an ER nurse, and I had to prioritize constantly. And that's what I've been doing here. I'm sitting in my dining room because my office, which is behind me in the den, is completely empty. This morning we had Hospice Resale Store bring their truck and take away my office furniture, plus all kinds of cartons full of stuff that I'm getting rid of, and a lot of other furniture that just doesn't fit in this house. It seemed bigger when I looked at it on the floor plan than it actually is. But that's fine. And I'm glad to get rid of this stuff and donate it to someone who may be able to use it. But in any case, I moved my computer to the dining room table temporarily because on Saturday, that's 2 days from today, I'm going to have someone from handy.com come here to construct the 7 boxes of furniture that I ordered on Wayfair. Steve had said that he would assemble the furniture, but when I looked at the amount of it, I knew that it would take him probably months, and I want to get rid of these boxes and get my stuff into the drawers and onto the bookcases and in the file cabinets so that I can live a normal life again. So that's when I discovered this site, handy.com. I'm hoping it works out. They said for all of the furniture that I need constructed, it will be 10 hours of work. Oh, but anyway, when it's done, then I'll have my office back and I'll have bookcases to put things in, and I can get rid of some of these cartons which are standing all over. You can't see them, but they are everywhere. It took about 10 days to get the cable TV and the Wi-Fi working really well. Now I'm switching from satellite to cable, so I have to learn a whole new system. My Wi-Fi was really pretty easy to connect in. I connect it right away, but Steve's took a little more effort on his Apple computer. So let me talk about the food. Last week I said everything was delicious and I just loved it, and it is good. It's just that I am a picky eater, and they offer 3 entrees, and some days I don't like any of them. And so it's very difficult. I try things, and sometimes I just kind of stoke up on salad because they have a huge salad bar. But on the days when they have something good, it's often 3 things that are good, and I want all of them. So that's the only problem I'm having with food. Now, the other day, as we were leaving the dining room, a nice woman came up to me and said, "Would you join us for dinner tomorrow at 5:30?" And we said, "Oh, sure." So we had dinner with them last night, and it's great. You can entertain here without cooking a thing. You just meet in the dining room. So we sat there for almost 2 hours talking with the other couple, and I talked to the woman, and she just was so helpful to me, full of advice, and I had so many questions about many things. Everyone's been helpful, but but this was a chance to really sit down and ask a lot of questions. So she really helped me a lot. And then when I got home last night, there was an email from someone else who said he met me after the Readers Theater presentation and would we have dinner with him and his wife tonight. So I think we're going to do that. I haven't confirmed a time on that, but this is the kind of social life we have here. It's just amazing. People stop by. Today, a neighbor stopped by with homemade pea soup. And it's just amazing. When you're in the dining room, people come up to you and introduce themselves to you. It's very nice, very nice. So what have I been doing? Well, 2 days ago, I actually presented at Readers Theater here at the community in the auditorium. I had a one-act play. There were two of us in it, and it was a one-act play entitled New Car Shopping. And we had rehearsed like 3 times, and it was a little different for me because actually I haven't done Readers Theater before. Readers Theater is when you just read a script, but you kind of act it out, but you read from the script. You don't have to memorize anything. But I'm used to full plays where I've memorized my lines. So and in those plays, we don't use a microphone, we project. So I can project to the back of a theater, but the acoustics in this particular theater apparently are very bad. So we had to use big mics. And so we had to really practice with the mics, getting the sound right. So that was new for me. But there were about 40 people in the audience, and I really enjoyed my role, and it was fun, and a lot of people came up afterwards and said how much they enjoyed it. There were 2 one-act plays presented. So that's one of the things I've been involved in. We also continue with our Friday ballroom dance classes, which is fun. And just by doing these 2 things and going to the dining room every night, you meet a lot of people. In fact, I almost meet too many people because I'm so busy in the house here trying to get organized that I don't even have time to think about a lot of things. But it's that part of living here so far is just wonderful. Everyone is so nice. Last week I did something else that was very nice. I enjoyed it. A neighboring community theater had auditioned us for play reading roles, and I was selected to read a role in a play called Jack-o'-lantern. There were 2 of us again, and this particular play was written by a member of that community theater. It had never been published, or she had never heard it acted out. And they once a month invite new playwrights to submit their plays, and if they're selected, then local actors read the play to give the playwright an idea of how it sounds. Afterwards, there's a discussion period with the audience, and they usually give the playwright some constructive feedback. So I really enjoyed that also. I would have liked to have had that painting in my gallery.
Thank you.
You're the one I've been looking for. I knew it when I saw your paintings. I want you to paint my portrait.
I am flattered, but I don't do portraits.
I knew you'd say that. That's why I didn't bother to email you or call. I thought I'd have a better chance to persuade you in person. Last Saturday, the residents conducted a new resident orientation for 2.5 hours, followed by lunch. This was for the residents who had moved in the past few months. It was very nice, and I got a lot of tips and a lot of information, and had a lovely lunch with some of the residents. We've been given a handout that contains the photos of all the residents here, which is really handy. But I also use the website for the community, and I look up a person's profile if I'm about to, let's say, have dinner with them. You look up their profile and their photo is there, plus all kinds of information that they'd like you to know, where they were born, where they grew up, what kind of job they had, where they went to school, their hobbies. So you can find out information before you meet someone, and it makes it so much easier. And I've also said that we wear name tags almost all the time when we remember to put them on. And this helps a lot because, after all, we are senior citizens, so we have memory problems with names. I had memory problems before I was a senior citizen, so that's not anything new. Now, let me tell you about selling my house. I waited until we were completely moved in here. Well, we're not completely moved in, but let's say our belongings were delivered here. And then a few days later, the listing went up. And the very first morning, someone came to see it. That afternoon, they made an offer, $5,000 over the listing price, a cash offer. The next day, we received a second offer for full price. That would have been a VA loan. Not that that's bad, but the first offer was a better one, and I accepted that. They're doing their due diligence now. I hope everything goes well. They plan to close on May 10th. So the real estate market continues to be totally crazy at this point, and I'm just so glad I was able to sell at this time. Now about my hair. My hair is long overdue for a cut. And of course, I've left the city where my regular hair cutter is, and I had to find a new one here. And they did not have an appointment for 10 days. So my hair looks awful. And I will tell you, this is a wig. Not bad, huh? I wore it on stage for both of the readings that I did, and it's a nice alternative, but I don't wear wigs regularly. This is really the first time I've worn this one. I have about 6 wigs that I've used in different productions. It really helps me get into character. But this one I didn't buy for a production. This one I bought when I was thinking about growing my hair out gray, and I wanted to see what it would look like if it was going to be worth the effort. So I did like the color, and I did grow my hair out based on this wig. So what do you think about the wig? That's it for now. If you're enjoying these videos, please give me a thumbs up and have a great day. Bye.